Hello class. Hello class. Today we're going to stick with science. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope these videos are helpful for you. And I'm not just wasting my time doing it. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Today we're going to talk about another Common Core skill, 6ARS2. This is determining the central ideas or conclusions of a text, providing an accurate summary of the text, distinct from prior knowledge or opinions. Wow, that sounds boring, doesn't it? Well, it's not that boring. For all y'all science lovers out there, this should be right up your alley. Please watch these videos. Comment, let me know if they're helpful, if they're not. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, I know I've had a couple questions about IXL over the last couple days. So let's just do this real quick, just so we're all on the same page. All right, you log into your IXL. You're going to go to your learning, recommendations, skills suggested by your teacher. For some reason, the skills on the science stuff I suggested wasn't there today. So let's just show you how to get there if it's not there. I don't know why it didn't show up. I can thank Jason for letting me know that it wasn't there. And on my end, it looked like it was there, but for some reason, it just wasn't showing up. So let's go ahead and just go through it. So today we're going to go to, obviously it's always language arts, skill plans, TABE reading, and then your level. You guys are all M or D. This is specific for the D test. So this is what we did. See, when I star those, it tells me it should be there, but it's not. This is what we did on Monday. So scroll down a little bit more and bam. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to look at some of these. So we're essentially looking for main ideas and conclusions and providing an accurate summary of the text from prior knowledge or opinion. So what does that mean? Well, let's look at how some of these questions might look for you guys on your TABE test. So the volcanic island, this is all this kind of the same thing. It's all kind of the same idea, but let's just start right here, okay? So yes, this is a reading test, so there's going to be reading passages. It's not just go ahead and answer questions. It's about interpreting information. Dang, look at them both. Look at them things. Baboons. Pretty. All right. So what do we have to do? We have to read the passage and answer the question. So let's go ahead and do that. Animals often behave in certain ways that can increase their reproductive success. Read the passage about a specific animal behavior, then follow the instructions below. Baboons are found in many parts of Africa where they live in groups. Female baboons in a group can form social bonds or close relationships with other females. Most female baboons form social bonds, but have some stronger bonds than others. Females that have stronger social bonds spend more time grooming or cleaning each other. When a female has strong social bonds with other females, more of her offspring reach adulthood than the offspring of females with weak social bonds. This may be because having strong social bonds helps a female handle stress. When female baboons are stressed, the females that have strong social bonds spend more time together. This makes the females less stressed, which can also help their offspring. So why might forming social bonds with other females increase the reproductive success of a female baboon? Complete the claim below that answers the question is best supported by the passage. Alright, forming strong social bonds with other female increases the chances that, alright, that they'll spend more time grooming other baboons, that their offspring will live longer, or their offspring will be around other females. Logically, which one makes sense? Which one's the most important? Okay, so yes, spending more time, they will spend more time grooming other females. Does that increase the chances? No. It increases the chances they'll live longer. Why is that? Because forming social bonds helps them live longer. They're less stressed, help their offspring. They can handle stress more. It increases the reproductive success of a female baboon. Boom. All right. Specifically, why? Increases the chance of female offspring will live longer. All right. So we got to look. This is what we're doing. We're interpreting the data from the passage in scientific texts, primarily for these questions, and trying to get our answers. Everything comes back to those reading concepts. We're just applying it as last week we applied it with social studies. This week we're applying it with science questions. Oh, my fault. All right. So here's the claim. Forming social bonds with other increases they will live longer. What supports this? Strong social bonds have more offspring that reach adulthood than females with weak social bonds. Female social bonds groom each other more often, or females that groom other females more often can help make the other females less stressed. So living longer, right? So I don't think it's this one. So strong social bonds have more offspring that reach adulthood than females with weak social bonds. Yes. They reach adulthood. So this one on the surface looks okay, less stress, but it's not really dealing with living longer. Okay? See how we got to that answer? All right. So here's one of the skills you can practice. As you can see, I'm starring it right now. I'm putting it to all the classes, so you should have it there now. All right, let's go to this one. This is classifying symbiotic relationships. Now, I'm not a science person myself, so some of this stuff is not up my alley. I'm more of social studies, but look at this picture. Wow. All right, let's look at it. Guinea worms are a type of round worm. Immature guinea worms live in freshwater, and they're so tiny that they are visible only with a microscope. If a person drinks water that contains a worm, the worm is not digested. Instead, it can take refuge in that person's body and grow up to 2 feet long. Nasty. The mature worm creates a painful open wound in the person's skin. The person may put the wound in water to ease the pain. Then the worm releases its tiny offspring through the womb into the water. If the offspring are released into drinking water, they can get into another person's body. Woo, okay. What type of relationship is formed when a guinea worm lives in a person's body? All right, this is a challenging one. So we're going to, a worm releases its tiny offspring through the wound into the water. So is it commensal, mutualistic, or parasitic? That's a parasite, right? It's a parasitic. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come back to symbiotic relationships because I'm guessing that we need to review all these three to understand these questions. So for the time being, I'm not going to star that one, and we're going to move on to this next question, which, if you did some of these questions, should be no problem. Because we already went through these, right? We already went through these questions. Molten rock, we went through them on Monday. Sulfur. So we're gonna skip forward. We went through this one. Located in northern hemisphere. Grew more. Cold and windy, right? Alright. And primary, we did this one too. It was sterile when it was formed, protected. Did that one. All right, this is where we stop. So let's go through these questions for the next 2 minutes. We'll shut this video down a little short. All right, the process of primary succession begins when organisms first start to live in an environment that was sterile. Primary succession continues as the number of types of organisms living in an environment change over time. When Circe was first formed, it was a sterile environment covered in lava, hot rock, and ash. but over many years an ecosystem began to form on Circe. The ecosystem contained many organisms, including plants, insects, and birds. The photographs below show them at 2 different times. Match the label to the picture. Alright. First formed, sterile environment covered in lava, hot rock, and ash. Right? Lava, hot rocks, and ash. As opposed to plants, insects, and birds. Okay? Now let's look at another map. When Circe first formed, there were no organisms living on the island, other than microorganisms. The first organisms on the island were plants, which arrived when they were still seeds. Seeds got to Circe in different ways, including by drifting on currents in the ocean. Ocean currents likely carried the first seeds that grew and survived long enough to reproduce on Circe. The map below shows some of the ocean currents near Circe. Each author shows the path and object floating in that part of the ocean that would follow. Alright, so let's look at our map and let's look at our question. Based on the ocean currents, which location is most likely the origin of the plants that first arrived? Wow. That looks challenging, doesn't it? So we have to figure out how they got there. Alright, so we got Greenway, Norway, United Kingdom, and Iceland. Alright. United Kingdom, where the ocean currents. They go up and they go out. I'm going to guess no on United Kingdom and no on Norway, because look at Norway, it's just going straight out. So we're looking at Iceland and Greenland. Alright. So they first arrived in seeds. They got to them in different ways. So ocean currents likely carried the first seeds that grew and survived long enough. So how did they get here? They had to get here from somewhere. Looks, the ocean currents are just kind of circling around Iceland, right? But look at Greenland. The ocean currents coming from Greenland down, turning into Circe. Alright, so this is a tough question, but if we think about it logically, how are we getting here? Follow it backwards. It obviously got here from this way, or did it? Because it looks like Greenland is going this way. So what can be carrying it out? Or is it coming from United Kingdom up and over in the Circe? I still think it's Greenland, but it could be United Kingdom. Yep, it's good. Iceland, huh? See, I interpreted that wrong. So, I got it wrong too. Alright, so we need to follow. Let's look at this one, because I would have gotten this question wrong. First, find the arrow that points towards Circe. The arrow is highlighted on the map below. Okay, so logically, the map shows the arrow passes near the coast of Iceland. I see it entering the ocean from Iceland can drift on the ocean to Circe. So ultimately, I just looked into it a little bit too much. We're kind of trying to interpret it when ultimately it's coming to, the only one that's coming directly into Circe would be Iceland. Okay? Got it? Got it. Alright, we don't have time to do this one. So, you're going to be on your own. So, tomorrow's lesson I'm going to give you another worksheet to complete. And then for my Monday through Friday class, your lesson on Thursday is going to be IXL. Or, excuse me, your lesson on Friday might be IXL. But I might just give you all IXL. Watch this PowerPoint and practice IXL. And then Friday, maybe we'll go ahead and do a Kahoot or do a wrap-up day. So for tomorrow, both classes, Monday, Friday through Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, please get on IXL. Guys are really hurting yourselves when you're not getting on IXL, and it's hurting your evaluations, and I think they're talking about write-ups. We don't want that to happen. So please do the work. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will be in touch. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.